Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Every now and then, a Hallmark project comes along that feels less like a movie and more like a moment, something that captures the heart of the cast in a way that goes far beyond what fans see on screen. And that's exactly what happened when Nikki DeLoach and Kristoffer Polaha reunited to film A Grand Ole Opry Christmas. From the first day on set, both actors knew this film would be different. They've shared incredible chemistry in past Hallmark movies, but this time, something about the story, the place, and the meaning behind every scene brought both of them to a deeply emotional place. When they stepped inside the Grand Ole Opry for the first time as a filming location, the atmosphere hit them with a weight neither expected. The Opry isn't just a building. It's a landmark soaked in decades of history, talent, heartbreak, triumph, and legacy. As they began filming their early scenes, both Nikki and Kristoffer later admitted that the emotional tone of the Opry settled into their hearts in a profound way. It wasn't just music history. It was everything the venue represents, standing for something bigger than yourself, honoring the artists before you, and recognizing the gift of being able to tell stories that touch people's lives. For Nikki, this project struck a personal chord immediately. She has always been open about how emotional storytelling affects her deeply, but this script reached her in a new way. The themes of second chances, healing through music, and reconnecting with the parts of life that truly matter reminded her of her own experiences and the values she holds close. It wasn't just acting. It felt like she was channeling real pieces of her own heart into her performance. When she spoke about filming emotional scenes, she said she wasn't just delivering lines. She was living inside them, feeling every beat as if it belonged to her. Kristoffer felt something similar. Fans know him for bringing sincerity and grounded emotion to his roles, but he said working on this film brought him into a different emotional wavelength. The Opry, the music, the friendships, and the story all blended into a moment of reflection he didn't expect. He found himself thinking about the power of legacy, what we leave behind, what stories mean to people, and how important it is to stay connected to the things that give you purpose. When he and Nikki filmed their big emotional conversations, he said the feelings were real, not manufactured. Their connection as longtime friends made the scenes feel more honest, more vulnerable, and more powerful than either of them anticipated. The emotional impact wasn't limited to the two leads. Being inside the Opry stirred something in the entire cast and crew. Many of the crew members described the atmosphere as humbling. There was a quietness in the building that made everyone feel like they were part of something sacred. Even during rehearsals, Nikki and Kristoffer found themselves stopping to breathe in the space around them, letting the history of the Opry settle into their minds. They felt the stories of artists who had stood on the stage before them, and they knew this film had the potential to resonate on a deeper level than a typical holiday romance point. One of the most emotional moments for Kristoffer happened during a musical scene, where the combination of lyrics, lighting, and the significance of being inside the Opry moved him unexpectedly. He later shared that he had to take a moment off camera because the emotions hit him harder than he expected. The song, the message, and the meaning behind the scenes struck him in a way that stayed with him long after filming wrapped. He described it as one of the most spiritually grounding experiences of his Hallmark career. Nikki also shared that certain scenes were challenging to get through, not because of difficulty, but because of how deeply the story touched her. There were times when she felt tears building even when she wasn't supposed to cry in the scene. She kept saying that the script reminded her of how important it is to slow down, appreciate connections, and embrace the emotional truth in the stories we tell. She has always been passionate about creating films that uplift and comfort people, but this movie reminded her why she loves what she does. It wasn't just another project. It felt like a gift. Their emotional connection to the movie was also shaped by their friendship. Nikki and Kristoffer have worked together many times, and their trust in each other made it easier to dive into vulnerable territory. They didn't need to force chemistry or push for emotional intensity. It came naturally because their real-life friendship is built on mutual respect, honesty, and a genuine bond. Anytime one of them felt overwhelmed by emotion during filming, the other stepped in to support them, creating a safe space to explore the deeper layers of the story. One of the reasons they were so moved is that A Grand Ole Opry Christmas celebrates more than romance. It's about rediscovering the pieces of yourself that get lost over time. It's about remembering what matters most, reconnecting with passions you thought you'd left behind, and allowing music to heal emotional wounds. As they filmed, both Nikki and Kristoffer said those themes kept circling back to their own lives in unexpected ways. They found themselves thinking about their families, their personal journeys, their careers, and the reasons they fell in love with storytelling in the first place. Throughout filming, they also received support and encouragement from real Opry members who shared stories about what performing on that stage meant to them. Those conversations left an impact on the actors, especially Nikki, who said she felt honored to be part of a project that celebrates a place so meaningful to so many. Knowing that real artists trusted them to honor the Opry's legacy added a layer of responsibility and emotion to every scene. As filming continued, the emotional weight never faded. If anything, it grew stronger. By the time they reached the final scenes, both actors admitted they felt bittersweet about wrapping the project. They had poured so much of their hearts into the movie that saying goodbye to the characters felt like leaving behind a piece of themselves. When the final take was called, Nikki and Kristoffer shared an emotional moment off camera, acknowledging how much this film meant to them personally and professionally. In interviews afterward, they both said that A Grand Ole Opry Christmas is one of the most meaningful Hallmark movies they've ever made, not because of ratings or reviews, but because of how it changed them. It reminded them of the emotional power of storytelling, the importance of authentic connection, and the beauty of creating something that feels honest and heartfelt. They hope viewers feel the same warmth, healing, and emotional truth that they experienced during filming. For Nikki and Kristoffer, this wasn't just another collaboration. It was a chance to reconnect with their artistic purpose, honor a legendary place, and create a film that carries the emotional weight of the Opry's history. The tears they shed weren't scripted. They were genuine, born from gratitude, reflection, and the realization that some stories are meant to touch not only the audience, but the people who bring them to life. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.